Hello, welcome to the Joe Cortez Show here in Las Vegas, Nevada, the entertainment and the boxing capital of the world. But tonight we'll talk more about entertainment but before we start out, let me introduce my co-host, none other than Shelly Stevens. Shelly Stevens performs at Lola's Restaurant every Saturday night with her great husband, good friend of mine, Wesley, and from 6 to 10 p.m. every night. Every Saturday night at Lola's.
How
many years you guys been performing there now?
Oh my God, off and on, I think about 10 years. Whenever we weren't performing on cruise ships, we'd come home and we would be there. She's right down the street from our house.
Yeah, it's a good location. We have a lot of fun there. I go there every Saturday night to support you guys.
Right.
And there's it's like a family place.
It is,
so many people show up there.
Yeah.
More people keep coming every week to the location.
Yep.
And
most
recently we had a football player. What's his name?
Oh, O.T. Odessa Turner. Yes, he was there.
Yeah, I met him last week. Nice guy. He said he's going to come back again Saturday night again with some other friends.
Yeah.
That'd be nice. But our guests on the show today, being that this is the entertainment capital of the world, let me tell you guys, we have none other than Luis Soto. Luis Soto is a marketing manager of the Neon Museum of Las Vegas, Nevada. Luis, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me, Mr. Cortez.
I tell you, it was so nice that we met recently and we were talking about your location, what you do with the Neon Museum. You know, Las Vegas has been around forever. You know, there's people that say, Joe, I moved here 50 years ago. 50 years ago, there were maybe like 100,000 people living here, maybe less than that. And they said, wow, really? And now here we got close to 3 million individuals living, residents in Las Vegas. The place is always growing, but then you got all the hotels, the old hotels. Can you tell us a little bit about the museum that you're managing? You're the marketing director. Can you tell us a little bit about that museum? When did it start? A little bit about a little history of your museum.
So the Neon Museum is a nonprofit, and it is also AAM accredited. And the Neon Museum started in 1996, but we opened the museum space out to the public in 2012. We opened what the space is called the Neon Boneyard, thanks to the help of Yesco, the sign company. And we have a lot of signage from older properties, and we're the story of Las Vegas. The reason why we have signs is because usually when a property comes down, they don't always own the sign, because if you think about it, it's a neon sign that's outside, and you know how outside can be in Vegas. It's super sunny, and then it would be cheaper to loan the sign, and then when the property goes down or whatever, it goes back to the respective sign company.
Okay, now I'm sure that there's still a lot of out there that you haven't gotten your hands on yet, right? A lot of signage, a lot of neon signs still out there?
Yeah. Right now, we recently restored the Dunes entrance sign and the El Cortez sign.
Okay. I'm not part of that.
I was going to say, right? You sure you didn't have a cousin running that place or something?
You know, they're doing a lot of remodeling. That hotel been there for how many years now? Maybe like 40 years or so?
About, yeah.
And they say, Joe, you know, is that part of your hotel? I said, I wish it was, you know, but it's not. But I met the people there. I met Mr. Cortez a while back, and I don't know if he's still alive, but I met the general manager a couple of months ago. It's a really nice place. They're really doing a lot of remodeling there. It's looking really good. But the Dunes Hotel, they had that implosion of the hotel back in the early 90s. And it was just amazing. I think it was 91, 92. There was the implosion of the Dunes Hotel. Now, the hotels that are up there now, these are new hotels. We got so many people. Look at the strip now. Like you see behind us, these hotels back there, they're just, it looks beautiful today. They're all modern hotels. These hotels, most of them have been up, I would say, maybe within the last 20 years. You know, you still have hotels going on. Now, you got the Hard Rock Hotel coming up in the very near future. I feel it's going to be shaped like a guitar. The room's going to be inside of a guitar on the strip. Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
I think everybody in this room will be singing away like Elvis Presley.
Yeah. What's really cool about the Neon Museum, however, is that we're not just looking at the past, we're also looking into the future. One of the newest properties at the Strip, Sphere, we're happy to say that the Neon Museum was there and its opening night as part of our Duck Duck Shed conference. Duck Duck Shed conference, it's 4 days that talks about Las Vegas art, culture, and architecture. And also, when the Mirage was coming down, we were thankful to say that they thought of us, and they were able to give us some artifacts, as well as with the Tropicana.
How did you get into working there and everything? Oh my goodness! But that was the first thing I saw when I first moved to Vegas back in I think it was '99. We moved here, I think, yeah. And we used to drive past it all the time and just say, "Wow, look at this place!" It was just amazing. So, how did you end up getting working there?
So the Neon Museum is very different because we have a lot of different people with different backgrounds. As for me, I come from a traditional background. Like I went to school here, I graduated from UNLV, and then I was doing a marketing internship at my last school year, getting my degree, and then from there was just a job posting. So my path was very traditional, and I'm actually pretty happy that I ended up at the Neon Museum, especially as a local, because like I grew up seeing some of those properties and I didn't really know about the rich history in Las Vegas, and the fact of thinking neon as a form of art, I think that's kind of crazy. I feel like that's the only thing you would say in Las Vegas. I can't think of another city that would.
The city of lights. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, you go down the strip, everything is all lit up, all the hotel, all those neon signs, all those big billboards. I remember one day I was driving out down Las Vegas Boulevard. My wife said, "Hey, Joe, look at that sign." I said, "What?" She said, "You're in it." I said, "Wow." But it was like at a big, by the MGM Hotel. They said we had a big fight. Well, I used to referee this big fight there. I think it was Julio Cesar Chavez, and it could have been Roberto. I forgot. It was a big name fighter. I've done so many fights, but there I was. They showing highlights of my previous fight that I referee at the hotel. They were so nice. I said, "Wow, I'm part of Las Vegas. I can't believe it, A New York, a Puerto Rican from New York, come here in Las Vegas, and now here I've been 35 years, enjoy every moment of it."
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that because I think that we don't really think of everyday people being part of Las Vegas history, because if you go during the daytime at the Neon Museum, you can actually see some of the signs that don't light up. And what you start recognizing from those signs is that you see initials at the top of some of the neon signages. And there's been a couple times where people come to the Neon Museum and they see the sign that they crafted or they helped install, and they were like, "Oh, those are my initials." And what ends up happening sometimes is that that's someone's little legacy that they did when they were constructing the sign.
Exactly.
And people feel attached to these signs.
Exactly. Yeah, back in the days, you had Wayne Newton, and you had Frank Sinatra, and you have Dean Martin. And you had so many great entertainers here in Las Vegas. I mean, it was just the city of life. Called Sin City. I don't know about Sin City. I think you have Sin City all over the world. But being that we're so recognized because of all the bright lights that we have, all the entertainment, the best restaurant, the best entertainers, we got them all here in Las Vegas. I mean, we got Bruno Mars going to be performing this year, the 30th and 31st, New Year's Eve. He'll be performing at one of the hotels. And we got so many great shows coming up in Las Vegas. But those neon signs are very special. Now, if you have individuals out there, so maybe look at your viewers. Maybe our viewers say, "You know what? We got some neon stuff collected, put away that my grandfather put away, and it's sitting in the backyard in the storage room. Why don't you donate it to the museum?"
Yeah, that way we can, if you guys have any ephemera, it doesn't have to be signages, it can also be postcards or like videos as well, that we'll be happy to accession them to the Neon Museum.
Yeah, that'd be good. Get more, making the museum bigger. I mean, you guys out there watching, you guys got to donate this stuff. It's gonna rot away. You're gonna be gone, and that stuff, who knows what they're gonna do with it? Give it away now. Enjoy yourself. You're giving it away to somebody, a worthwhile museum, the Neon Museum of Las Vegas. I mean, I can see that place. You have your location. You're on Bonanza and Las Vegas Boulevard.
Yes, correct.
Okay, you've been there since '92.
So the Neon Museum started out in 1996, but the space that we're in now, it didn't open until 2012. So really,
2012.
So really, we've been open to the public for about 13 years.
Okay. Okay. Now, what are the hours there?
The hours change depending on the season. Right now, we're open from 2 to 10, and we're happy to say that we're also open 365 days a year. So if you guys want to do something Las Vegas style, come to the Neon Museum on Christmas Day, New Year's Day. We'll be open and we'll be happy to receive you. Start a new tradition with us.
Well, that's nice. You're going to open at Christmas Day, New Year's Day. It's all open. 365 days a year. That's great. You guys are very dedicated to Las Vegas.
Yeah.
So you can arrange a private tour for all of us.
You guys have my number. We could get something arranged.
Okay, I would love to do that.
Yeah, it would be good. You have restaurants there? Any restaurant that people can eat when they go there?
We're close to downtown Las Vegas. That in like a 2-minute drive, you guys can go to Fremont Street and enjoy some local restaurants. Like there's Carson's, there's Rachel's Kitchen. So yeah. You can make a little date out of it.
It'll be good to have a nice, the neon restaurant at the neon museum, you know, and have you as a manager. Wait, why not? You're a good guy. You know, I mean, people will say, you know, it's not a bad idea. Maybe you go back and being that you're the marketing manager. Say, you know what, we were talking about it on the show. Maybe we should put a little food stamp, a food stand at the museum. That would be a bad idea. People don't want to leave your property. They can have a nice little sandwich there, a nice little drinks, whatever. It'd be nice. Maybe a little entertainment too once in a while.
He's always coming up with some great ideas.
I'm going to write them down and go back to the office.
We got the restaurant, we got entertainment, we got something new. Why not? Every year you got to grow. You know, I believe, I used to manage hotels down in Puerto Rico, and I was a casino operations manager for 3 casinos, the El San Juan Hotel, the El Conquista Hotel, and the Palace Hotel in Puerto Rico. Back in the days when I was living in New York City, I was working out at the property at the El Conquista Hotel for 8 years, and then I transferred to my New York office, and they made me casino operations manager, and it was really good. But I always felt like, my mind is always thinking about creating things for the better. I can go to a location, I look, I say, this is great, but maybe we add a little something, a little touch, a little. Little restaurant, little entertainment, a little. People say, you know what? I kind of like that place. I can go there not only just to go to the museum. I can watch a little entertainment there, have a little good food, a little drink. You know what? It'll be not bad. It'll be good for revenue. People like the man was talking the other night about a business. He said you can't just look at how much you're progressing. You got to look at your revenue. See how much you're going to be getting at the end of the day. By having these extra things in your business. So you have to think about not only what we're creating, but what kind of revenue we're getting at the end. Which is good. Anyway, other than that, Shelly, you're every week with your husband performing at Lola's Restaurant. You viewers out there, it is a show, it's a Motown show and everything else. Not only Motown, they sing a little bit of everything. And I always have a little list of songs I want you and your husband to sing. You guys are amazing with your talent. Now you performing there Saturday night again?
Yeah, Saturday's going to be kind of special. I am having a birthday party there this Saturday night, so everybody's invited if you're not busy.
It's good to be 25 again, isn't it?
Absolutely. Yeah. I like the sound of that.
That's great. Yeah, Saturday night at Lola's, from 6 to 10 p.m. Saturday night.
Yeah.
But Lola's open. They open regular day open for lunch?
Yeah, they're closed on Mondays and Tuesdays, but on Wednesday through Sunday they're open. They show football games there. We have football parties, and they have a great Sunday brunch menu. Besides the New Orleans style cuisine, they have everything. So,
Okay, going back to Luis Soto, the marketing manager of the Neon Museum in Las Vegas. Tell me a little bit more about how you get started into the business. You graduated from UNLV, and then you got into why did you choose the museum? You were looking for a job, and you found something in marketing. You saw that was the right place. Yeah,
my internship was ending where I was, and then I found the Neon Museum, and it's one of those places that it's what the architects call a duck. A duck is a place that you don't need to know the name of it, just the shape, you recognize it. And our duck is really La Concha. That was thankfully donated to us by the Dumani family, and we've been good stewards in taking care of it. And so basically, I've seen that place, and I thought it would be a really cool place to work, and I'm very happy that I ended up there because I have pride as a Las Vegas local and learning Las Vegas history. It's very cool to know.
What do you see on the horizon for the museum? I mean, you're doing really good now.
Mm-hmm.
People know about it. What do you see in the horizon, for anything new coming up in the future?
So right now we are planning for next year. We're having some sign restorations. I don't know if I can list any of them just yet because they're still planning, but we do have some sign restorations coming up next year. We have 3. Also, the Neon Museum also announced that we are expanding, so that'll be taking a couple years because we're still in our interpretive planning.
I know that we have some other photos of some of the neon you have here at the museum, and we can show some. Rick is going to show us a little bit more of the neon down in Las Vegas. That's on Bonanza and Las Vegas Boulevard. And you open again for what hours to what hour?
2 to 10
2
currently.
to 10. 2 to 10 p.m. Wow.
Yeah.
There you go.
The pictures that are shown on screen right now, those are pictures of us craning away some signs because we were just installing the newly donated sign El Cortez. The prime rib sign came out of the side of the building of El Cortez, and El Cortez was so gracefully donated to us, and that is us creating them, and then that is us now putting the El Cortez sign into that spot where the showboat was moving out.
I see they're showing the Hard Rock there, but they're going to be building the new Hard Rock on Las Vegas Boulevard, and that's going to be amazing. I mean, they're going to have a guitar-shaped hotel on Las Vegas Boulevard, where the Mirage Hotel was at. That's going to be amazing. I mean, like I said before, the rooms are going to be fabulous rooms, up to the most modern hotel you want to find in the world. You're going to find it when the Hard Rock is completed by 2026. I understand. But I drove by yesterday. I looked at it. I said, "Wow, that's where the Mirage Hotel was at." I remember they called me one time back in the early '90s where Roberto Duran was fighting Sugar Ray Leonard, and they called me to be not the referee but to be a judge, and that was the 3rd time they were fighting at the Mirage Hotel, and that's where they imploded that earlier this year, and now that's where they're building the new Hard Rock Hotel. I'm sure there'll be a lot of fights there too.
Yeah.
Were you always in the same location all this time that it's been there?
Since 2012, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I know that my memory is a little fuzzy because this is some stuff that I've learned being in the organization. But I know that when the Neon Museum was officially named in 1996 and that the city knew we wanted to have a Neon Museum, I know that we did some public art displays as well. So that was pretty cool. And then we still do that where we have some signages from our collection that is actually in the city right now, part of the Las Vegas Scenic Byways project, that if you drive Las Vegas Boulevard, I believe from Washington all the way down to, I want to say Ogden, so you can see some beautiful display of art out in the city using our art form, Neon.
Do you guys have any space for meeting rooms? If people want to have a meeting there, like a little events, special events, they have space for that there now?
We do. If someone is curious about that, there is some information on our website.
What's the website information?
neonmuseum.org. We have the North Gallery space where we offer it for weddings and for private events and catered events. Yeah.
That's cool.
Wedding there, do a nice wedding there. It'd be good.
Yeah.
I mean, we have over 1,000 weddings every 3 months. They have like over 1,000 weddings. I mean, so many weddings here in Las Vegas. I don't know about divorces, but I know there's a lot of weddings going on. But that's great. You can have a nice. We could put up being that it's everything neon. We could put a nice neon boxing ring, and I'll be the minister, and I can marry the individuals there. Called the Fairfield Firm Wedding. Fairfield Firm Wedding Chapel at the Neon Museum. And I'll be the minister. I'll say, okay, I want a good clean fight. So Texas all the time. No low blows. No biting of the ears. Give me a good fight. Okay, you're married.
Oh my Lord!
You make a good officiator.
I know, right?
But the Neon Museum is something really unbelievable. So it's open up till 10 o'clock at night, eh?
Yes.
Yeah, I tell you, that time of night, when people say, now let's go party, so they close up the museum and open up the little new location you guys are going to build, Dandelion, build a nice little nightclub, and people hang out after the neon from 12 to 2 in the morning.
And then come back in the morning and go enjoy the museum again.
Yeah.
What's the exact address of the museum?
It is on 770 North Las Vegas Boulevard.
Okay.
770 North Las Vegas Boulevard. Again, you open from, the hour opening from 2
to 10.
to 10.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. I really love that. I got to go down there. I've been driven by there many times, but I've never gone in. I have to go there and check it out.
I was going to say, let's grab Wesley one day and the three of us just go down there and hang out
just
with
let me know.
Luis.
Yeah, for sure.
That would be great.
You sure you don't have a restaurant? You don't have a bar there, nothing like that. We got to get maybe we'll bring our own tables and set it up. Bring our own liquor, set it up. We start our own little bar at the Neon Museum. Anyway, so listen, I met you recently, and we were talking about a lot of things about people being positive, about the ups and downs in life. I know we all had good times and bad times, but sometimes when we hit rock bottom, there's only one place to go, it's back up, right? Mm-hmm. And I believe in that. You viewers out there watching, the reason why I put this show on and I have no sponsors is because I don't need a sponsor. My sponsor is my heart. I just love talking to you guys out there about what we can do to better ourselves, better our life. My young age, I'm 28 now. Mm-hmm. We turn the numbers around. Anyway,
that's what I do.
I still feel like I can't stop. I don't think about how I'm going to die. I'm thinking about how many more years I'm going to live because I'm full of life. I want to keep going. I can't stop. I just like to have fun, help people out like yourself, and say, create ideas. I'm very creative. I talk to Shelly and Wesley, and we got to do this, we got to do that. I'm always thinking about what can we do. I don't believe in quitting. I'm not a quitter. Maybe because I was a fighter, I don't want to quit. I always want to keep going forward and pay it forward as well. That's the most important thing, guys out there, is no matter what you're doing in this world, always pay it forward. You can be successful, but there's other people that are not as successful. So you try to help them out, give them a little push, and give them a little couple of words of wisdom and advice of how you can better yourself. We can all do better. Luis, now you're a young man. You're I would say you're in your mid-20s.
Yeah.
And you're probably going in other places in the future. You see anything else you want to do in your career besides being a marketing manager? You may want to be the CEO of the company or what?
Maybe in a couple decades. I have been fortunate enough to work alongside Aaron Berger, our executive director, and from my understanding, he has a lot of different backgrounds from a lot of different departments. Yeah. That I would like to learn different stuff from different branches to maybe one day be some sort of CEO or executive director.
Well, the thing is, follow their footsteps is what I say. Follow their footsteps. See what they're doing. Say, I like what he's doing. I want to do something similar to that. Not now, but down the line. Mm-hmm. Maybe one day when he thinks I'm going to retire, he say, you know what, Luis, I'll sit down and talk with you. I'm thinking about retiring. He may want to do other things in life. He say, I think you'd be the right guy for the position. With your mentality, with your education, and your love that you have for what you're doing in marketing, maybe you'd be the right guy one day to be CEO. Something like that.
Yeah.
It's just a thought,
No, yeah, and it's a powerful thought, and thank you for thinking of me in that sort of position. I know I'll get there one day, but
you will. You will definitely. That's why I tell people out there. I used to say, I got into the field of ophthalmology, and my wife said, Joe, what do you know about the medical field? I said, you know what? I know about management, so let me go in there and talk to them about doing something in the managing in the office. And I ended up having my own team of ophthalmic technicians, and we were there. I started the first vision screening program, free vision screening program in the country. And I started doing vision screenings in New Jersey, Dr. Hallie Phillips in Saddlebrook, New Jersey. He's probably closed by now, but I was doing that back in the 80s and 90s. But I was working with doctors in New Jersey, in New York, Chicago. I was doing all these things with vision screening. It was because I love the medical field. I couldn't get in there, but I snuck in as trying to manage a practice, but I ended up not having my own atomic team of technicians, and they were there working with us. And a couple of girls, they put a white lab jacket on me. When I went in for my job as a manager at the office, the doctor said, Joe, take off that jacket. He gave me a white lab jacket. Put that on. You're going to follow me, shadow me from room to room, just taking notes of what I'm doing. Before you know it, I started, hey, can I do a free eye exam with seniors that are waiting there? And then after a while, after a couple of weeks, we're doing real good with the vision screening, free vision screening. Then I take them in for a complete eye exam. After, I saw that there were some issues with the vision. I said, I think you need a complete eye exam. So on the paper, I would put CEE, complete eye exam. I get up to the front desk. We made an appointment for them. They were back. They had cataract surgery. Some of them had glaucoma. They were waiting outside. The patients were inside. They were the escorts waiting. And I went to the escorts, talked to them about doing the free screening for them. And before you know it, the doctor said, George, we're doing great, so much better with what you're doing. I said, I want to do this out in the field. So I started doing it out in the field, and I started bringing in more people, doing underserved communities in New Jersey, in the Bronx, in Manhattan, in Brooklyn, in Queens, New Jersey. I was doing screenings all over. And next thing you know, they gave me a key to the city in Patterson, New Jersey. Then I got a key to the city in Newark, New Jersey. And the key to the city is Cicero, Illinois. And they said, Joe, you're saving so many people from going blind. You know what you're doing out there. It's unbelievable stuff what you're doing. You got people with glaucoma. If you didn't bring that, doctor told me one day, if you didn't bring a patient in, I guarantee you 6 months from now, that patient would be completely blind. Good thing you brought that patient in. You can't cure glaucoma, but you can keep it under control with the drops. Anyway, and I tell people out there, if you feel you have a toothache, you go to a dentist. Your back hurt, you go to a chiropractor. Your feet hurt, you go to a podiatrist. You never feel any pain in your eyes. And if you do, maybe it's too late. So that's why I said your vision is so important. Make sure you get the eye checked. That's why I say about managing, I feel I can do anything. And you're the guy that can do anything. I know you can do it, buddy.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anyway,
such
Shelly.
an inspiration to everybody.
Yeah.
Well, you saw me when I was talking the other night to a group of people, about 50 people were there, 50, 60 people, talking to them. I talk about my ups and downs. Everything hasn't been up all the time. I've had my downfalls, but I learned how to get up, and I never take the full count for nobody. You get knocked down, a real champion gets up and keeps fighting, and that's where I am in life. I keep going forward, and I want you to keep going forward. You're a young man, and you're I got a grandson your age, So my grandson, he graduated from Purdue University. He was playing for the Boilermakers.
Oh, nice.
And he was doing, and now he's looking to. He started now with a program. He was to be a fireman. Yeah, that's what he wants to do now. So I said, okay. So he said he started a program to be a fireman in Las Vegas. That'd be great. Shelly, your husband and you and I, you're going places. You have your grandchildren. You have your daughter. Your daughter's a scientist. Tell a little bit about your daughter.
Oh my goodness, my daughter, she's like the light of my life. She's back in the suburbs of Philly. We were lucky enough to go spend time with them when Joe got his last Hall of Fame boxing award. It was in Atlantic City, New Jersey.
September.
And we all went together, me and my husband and Joe, we went together, and Sylvia, and we had such a great time. So because Atlantic City is only 45 minutes away from my daughter and was his cousin, so we got to see the whole family, and it was just a wonderful experience. And we got to meet some boxers that we had already met when my husband and I were performing in Philly. Michael Spinks used to come into the restaurant that we played every week, like Joe does now. It was like we just had this connection between us when we first met. So.
Luis, I want to tell you that it's such a pleasure having you on the show today, because it's not every day we get somebody to talk about a museum, especially here in Las Vegas, the entertainment capital of the world. I mean, this is a place we get 40 million tourists come to Las Vegas every year, more or less 35, 40 million. And for them to come to Las Vegas, there's so much to do in Las Vegas, but a lot of people don't know about your museum. That's why this show, on the Joe Cortez Show, goes worldwide, and millions of people around the world get to watch the show to see what we're doing, because so many millions coming to Las Vegas. They say, what do we do? We go to Mount Charleston. In the wintertime, you can go skiing up here. People say, you guys live in the desert, but you can go skiing. You go to Mount Charleston, you have snow up there, right? And then you got the boxing, you got the football. Now we're going to have the baseball coming soon. The Oakland A's are coming to Las Vegas in 2027, I believe they start. It's going to be amazing. There's so much going on in Las Vegas. It's growing. Like, everything's going. The restaurant, the finest restaurants in the world are here in Las Vegas. And you got the football, they got the boxing, of course, boxing. I read 20 years here in boxing. And, you know, my thing was, when I was in boxing as a referee, I really loved meeting the fans and talking to them, hanging out with them. And so they say, Joe, how was the feeling of you being in that ring where Mike Tyson was in it? And as a fighter, even though they got a Joe Cortez and Mike Tyson, back in a videotape, I was never heavyweight. So there's a Joe Cortez, a fighter back in the days that Mike Tyson knocked out. I told fans, I never hit the deck in my whole career. And if I would have fought Mike Tyson, he probably would have put me away, but I don't think so. Anyway, but that's the way it is with here in Las Vegas. So much happened in Las Vegas. Luis, I want to thank you so much again
Thank you
for
for
being on
yeah,
the show.
such a pleasure to meet you.
Again, the Neon Museum, Las Vegas, Nevada, downtown Las Vegas, between Bonanza and Las Vegas Boulevard.
Correct.
And from 10 to
2 to 10.
2 to 10 every day, 7 days a week, 365 days a day. You have no days off.
No.
But you take your days off, though. We'll see you again next week. Guys, take care. Christmas is right around the corner, so enjoy yourself to the fullest. Merry Christmas. We'll talk to you next Friday. Take care. God bless. Luis, God bless you.
Thank
and
you.
remember, guys, I'm fair, but I'm firm. Touch them up.